English bread. เนื้อเนียนนุ่มเด้งว้าวอร่อยเต็มคำ delicious
ใหม่ Farmhouse English Bread ความสุขสดใหม่ที่มีให้กันมาตลอด
อร่อยถูกใจเรา Farmhouse
Hello, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. I'm back. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my stream. Hello. Yahoo. Hello. Yahoo. Hello, it's me, Kennedy Hoku, at your service as always. I'm here again. Hello, everybody. Wait, let me see. Why are the wires so messy? What the heck? Wait, let me untangle it. Oh, wait. Ah! Don't do that. Okay. Untangle it. Did I untangle? Okay, I did. Okay. Hello. Oh, phew. Okay. Hello, welcome back again to Ace Attorney Investigation Collection. We are at our last episode already, and unfortunately, actually, I know that I've put up my schedule, and according to my schedule, I'll be playing Ace Attorney for today and for tomorrow as well, but as I mentioned on my social media, I have some important came up, and so tomorrow I won't be able to stream in the morning anymore. So I'm very, very sorry. I'm gonna move the next Ace Attorney Investigations collections to next week instead. So I'm very sorry. I feel so bad. But yeah, thank you very much for coming. We're gonna continue this, okay? So, good morning. First off, good morning. Okay, let me open up the chat. Why are there updates available every time? Every time that I try to access Twitch, it's always update available. Oh, not anymore, okay? Hello! Good morning, everyone. It's fine, just going to... Thinking about the mystery into next week is a cliffhanger. I really hope it's not a cliffhanger. Well, it will be a cliffhanger, so... Okay, turnabout ablaze. Let's go. Is it gonna be about, fire? Episode 5, turnabout ablaze. Ooh. 2 cards. One of the black raven. And one of the white raven. A country torn in two. One to the west and one to the east. Then those which were split are made whole again. The truth will reveal itself. Ooh, it's about fire. It's arson. I just knew it. It's a blaze. So, of course, it's arson. It's the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu's here. It's Batman. It's Batman, everyone. You accuse accursed Yatagarasu. K! You! 8 hours earlier. What the heck is happening? March 14, 10:17 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office's room 1202. It's so nice, almost dreamlike, to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewaterland theme park. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office, along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Yeah, exactly. It's like you are, what, Detective Conan? Are you at Edogawa Conan? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. Nope. Mr. Edward! I'm sure... Oh. This is big, I tell you. Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. What are you talking about, fragile dreams? Come on, let's go. The fake Yatagarasu isn't going to just find herself, you know. Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fate. Say what? Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we have only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. What's wrong? What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep-talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important that I want you to see. Oh, and that is? Take a look at this! On March 14th, I'll be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this. The day the card mentions is today. Today, huh? Come on, we've got to hurry. The embassy awaits. I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today? I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well, then you should get too wound up too. Because this might be our chance to catch that woman. You mean Miss Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father, Baron Faraday, 7 years ago. Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom. Ah, she makes me so mad. The phony! Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send someone like a calling card, until a company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome. The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article, it looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't a real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't a clue that woman's involved, then nothing is. Come on, Miss Edgeworth! Out the door you go! Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through a newspaper with your eyes? No reason at all. Very well, seeing as how Miss Yu is also someone of a special nature to me. I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this. I know you'd come around. Let's go. March 14, 5 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis? By the light of this night's glorious moon. Oh no, we are ready! Steel Samurai, ready to embark on our nightly outing. And this is where our tale begins. Okay. Hey, what a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held as such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy. Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Steel Samurai, Sushi Slash! I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. I have to say, though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building. Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Even this theater is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the two countries. So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the two countries. The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast. Alabast, right? Yes, it would appear that Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin Ninja. The Republic of Babal is sponsoring a Jammin Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me. We've totally got to see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. The Jammin Ninja show is gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end. Rear end? They're using the word rear end for butt. You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja. So anyway, about today's event, what's it called again? The Kingdom of Alibats versus the Republic of Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alibats and the Republic of Babal. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature, and it was called the Principality of Cordopia. Ah, I see. Is everything alright, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I'm alright. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, though signs of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Cordopia, huh? The KG-8 incident and what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident. In which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Cordopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split into two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean? Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something. Oh, excuse me, what are we talking about again? If you would please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alabats versus Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other, but supposedly they have been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event. If that's the case, then why the versus? Also, both countries claim to own the real primitive statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's a real deal. Okay, and need I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires? Well, then it comes to treasure. When it comes to treasure, I can't help myself, you know that. Yeah, she had better be saying that in jest. Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you. Hey, I know. And although we don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance, what the heck? What the heck? What is wrong in my English today? Alabast and Baba just like... Cool what? Oh, sorry. I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, that guy looks like a douche. Is there something I can help you with? I was wondering what is beyond these doors. It's the Alabastian embassy. Now, unless you have some business with the embassy, I suppose I can't really claim to have any business with the embassy right now. Well, you don't have to be so rude about it, Mr. Guard. Yeah, exactly. 10 more minutes, no, and 5 more minutes. But isn't it really bad for me to spend time doing this? It's no use! Would someone please just tell me what I should do? You appear to be troubled by something. May I be of any assistance? Leave me alone! I'm trying to figure out just the right time to talk to that girl over there. And if I mess up, it'll be because I'm talking to you right now. Somehow I get the feeling he's about to fall flat on his face. Well, let's just do as he wishes and leave him alone. The national flag of Kingdom of Alabas is on display here. The crest on it features a flower. Flowers and butterflies are kind of rare motifs to flags. Rare motifs to flags, don't you think? Well then, there used to be Codopia. The government used to take pride in this land. The citizens also loved the rich, bountiful nature all around them, thus his design. Hey, if the Steel Samurai got popular enough, do you think they'd put him on their flag? Popular. You're gonna be popular. I'm so into Wicked right now because it's in theater, so I really want to watch it. Are you in your right mind, Kay? Or maybe the Jammin Ninja would make a better candidate? Huh, don't make me laugh. Only the Steel Samurai deserves such an honor. You know, I've seen a lot of the... But today's show was like they went for a complete comment. What? I can't... Oh my god, they're talking so fast. I suppose there's no graceful way to enter this conversation. Okay, nice. There are pamphlets about 2 embassies here on this table. Ah, it looks weird to me. The country split into 2 a few years back, and they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since. Oh, I guess it's because they don't have the money to build 2 separate ones, huh? I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just help myself to one of these. Okay, this is nice. What is all the hop? What? I haven't talked to everyone! No! Ah! Hey, look! It's a Steel Samurai! And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him. This is the perfect angle. Go by image. Travel across the wave world and into every TV set around the globe. A more honest approach to appearing on TV might serve your ambitions better. And we're here reporting live from the Theatre of New Turtles. As you can see, tonight's audience is full of enthusiasm. Let's see what this member of the audience has to say. Oh, that was good. Let's do one more run through. Excuse me, but when you're ready to film for real, would you mind giving me a call? I sense that she didn't hear a single word I just said. It appears that the child is watching a video from the first season of Steel Samurai. Go! Go! Keep on fighting until your last breath! Go, my hero, the Steel Samurai! Completely absorbed in singing the theme song, I see. I'll let the child watch in peace. Ooh! What's her name again? Letta? Something. Letty. These flowers were sent by Global Studios. Global Studios? That's where they filmed the Steel Samurai television show. They have been producing hit after hit recently, so the studio is being remodeled. Oh, I read about that in the papers the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too, right? What's his name? You mean Mrs. Monkey? Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory. Huh, never underestimate my powers of recollection. Where in tarnation are they? Come on, big scoop. Hey, mister, out of the way! Yeah, I'm talking to you. Nah. I seem to remember this woman from somewhere, yet my instincts are directing me not to engage in conversation with her. Perhaps it would be best if I left her alone. What's her name? I forgot. Is that something I can help you with? I was wondering what is beyond these doors. The Babalist embassy is just beyond these doors, sir. Do you have some business with the embassy? Do you require immediate access? Oh no, it's quite alright. Are you sure, sir? Anyone and everyone is always welcome in Republic of Babal. Well then, since we're here, an embassy is in some sort of theme park, eh? You're such a buzzkill. The national flag of Republic of Babal is on display here. The crest on it features a butterfly. It's really rare to see a national flag featuring an animal on it. Not really, I can list at least a few off for you, that'll do. Okay then, are there any flags with really chick things on them? Yeah, Lotta! Okay, it's Lotta. Lotta. I forgot. I thought I knew it was an L and a T somewhere in her name, but I forgot. Okay, chick things? That's pretty vague, Kate. Although by my definition, there aren't really any flags that feature a chick object. Ah, that's too bad, because if there was, I was thinking about stealing it. And what exactly would you do with a stolen national flag, Kate? Okay, that's good. Alright, now give me a dramatic slam right there. Stop! Hey, do you mind? Get out of the way, buddy. Okay, once more in 3, 2, 1, action! Okay, was that my fault just now? Well, he's obviously working. I guess we should leave him alone. May I speak with you for a second? It's the Steel Samurai. Miss Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for? Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before. Oh my god! He actually signed a shikishi for us? To Mr. Edgeworth, Steel Samurai buddy. Steel Samurai daddy, worried. What is it? Neo Old Tokyo. It looks like he's written something down for you. To Edgeworth, from Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo. It's an autograph. Pretty cool you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Hey. He's also a fan, that's a thing. Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba is waiting for you. And now the Steel Samurai will proceed to enter the Kingdom of Alabas to shake the hand of Ambassador. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for the two countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador for our own country as well. There he goes, out to spread goodwill to the world. He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he? Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera. In just a few seconds, the Jamming Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jamming Ninja will enter the Republic of Babal. He is set to meet with Ambassador Babal at that time. The Jamming Ninja show is about to start. We've got to get back to our seats. Regrettably, I don't have much an interest in ninjas. Well, this show will change your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. If we miss even a second of Jamming Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you. Yeah, I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, okay? I could listen to that A Ninja Marked for Death's Lullaby song all day. His superb playing and sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And his heart-wrenching voice, now that's a Jamming Ninja's created weapon. Those pieces of Jamming Ninja merchandise over there, I've got to have them. I especially want the hair sticks that are selling exclusively at these shows. They're exactly like the ones the heroine Princess Misola wears in her hair. Anyway, hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? You're thinking of going home, aren't you? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely it was simply a prank. No way, I just know the Yatagarasu will show. But I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards. Yeah, I did, but I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase. But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card. A genuine fake? Well, how can I word this? The Yatagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now? We've got problem! The Yatagarasu has been spotted in Alabast. What? You hear that, Miss Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony. Hey, what gives? I'm sorry, but I will need to search you before you may enter. What the? Hey! The steel samurai just waltzed straight on through without one. Now if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony is going to escape. Okay, a country's embassy is considered to be a part of the country itself. If you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country, Miss Edgeworth, I'm going to enter through Babal and climb over the wall to Alabast.
Hold it!
You would tell a prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another. Okay, are you listening to me? Okay, Faraday, and I'm coming through. Yes, and welcome. Someone stop her, anyone. Nobody's stopping anybody. March 14, 6:12 p.m. Open air stage. Okay, where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence. Ah! Fire! This is too big for us to handle! Looks like the Yatagarasu came to Babal too. You accursed Yatagarasu! Okay, you had better be alright, wherever you are. Oh no. Oh no. Hello, everybody! Yeah, instant autograph. That is very convenient. March 14, 6:45 p.m. Babala's Embassy, Secretariat's office. I told you it wasn't me!
Hold it!
Okay, are you alright? Do I look alright to you now? Can you do something about this woman? Mr. Edgeworth, Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of this? Well, sir, it's, this. It wasn't me! He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu. Look, I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage. A suspicious person? A long black coat and a hood over the head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them to the embassy, then into here, and then lost sight of them. But I just know that person is the one who did it. What are you so worked up over? There's no reason for you to be this loud. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you are Agent Lang's secretary. Sheena, I believe your name is correct. And if you're making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed a crime. Is that also correct? You refuse to answer? I don't need to answer. You're merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority. Huh. Hey, pal, just what the heck did you just said? Me. If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. And seeing as how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like. Unfortunately, Detective, embassies are a different matter. Huh? This office is considered to be a part of the Republic of Babal, which means that anything happens in here default to the control of the Babalis government and Babalis government and Babalis law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights. Extraterrestrial rights? Oh, terrestrial? Oh, extraterritorial, okay. Sir, do you really believe that the truth is out there? Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, the embassies, they're considered a part of that country, not a part of our country. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation. No way, sir! Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home. Mr. Edgeworth! Hey, you're not Mr. Edgeworth! In that case, allow me to join your investigation. Oh, Miss Von Gama! Hey! Ambassador Polino, I truly appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation. It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly. Francisca. Well, I never imagined that I would meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct.
Hold it!
Already? What is it? Ambassador Polino? And you are? I'm Miles Edward, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Kama's assistant. Assistant? Miles, what the heck do you think you are? Please, I implore you, Ambassador Polino. Very well, I'll be counting on the two of you, Miss Von Kama and Mr. Edgeworth. What did you mean by you be Miss Von Kama's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice, do I, detective? If I don't become Francisca's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation. Thank you! Yeah, I know, extraterritorial is something that they can do extra within the territory, but the extraterrestrial, am I doing it right? Extraterrestrial is UFO. Aliens. Yeah, like E.T. There you go again, running at the mouth with that aloof expression on your face. Francisca, please. I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but at least I do know one thing, that you are now my subordinate. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you, should you have a brain lapse. Of course, I'll keep that in mind. If you're done playing games, right, let's begin the investigations. Nice, okay. Babali's embassy, secretary's office. By the way, detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here? Well, better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty for the Babalis embassy today. And why are police guarding an embassy? Well, on account of the card they got from the Yatakarasu, they called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we have been searching for the Yatakarasu these past 7 years, it was more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me. Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again. Ah! Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands. But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even instant noodles anymore. Sad. Okay, are you alright? You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edward? You don't think I did it, right? Yes, of course I don't. And I promise to prove that it wasn't you. That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise of you to give up while we can. No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true. Go ahead and try then, if you are that confident. I can't allow this to continue on this way. I must prove her innocence post-haste. Okay. Oh, we have to come back. Okay. Yes, sir? While you were on guard duty, did you notice anything unusual? Well, I was on watch inside the embassy. But unfortunately, I didn't run to the Yatagarasu, sir. But I did talk to an officer who was on duty near the border between the two embassies, who told me that not a single person crossed the boundary during the incident. I see. The investigations into the fire in the Yatagarasu are a mess thanks to both events. I'm so confused, sir. Should I be putting the fire out or investigating? What do you think, sir? Aren't you old enough to solve your own problems yet, detective? I'd like an update on how the investigation is going. Oh yeah, well, it's going, sir. In other words, no one has any idea what happened here, correct? To put it simply, yeah, you got it, sir. But we do know that something happened in this room, sir. Any moron with a pair of eyes can see what happened, detective. Oh. Well, anyway, let's investigate every single nook and cranny in this room, sir. We have to get serious, okay? We'll end up getting arrested as a killer. Yes, I'm already well aware of that. Oh, in order to find out what really happened here in this room, we'll need to gather whatever information we can. It's time to take a good look. Hey, it's another butterfly. I believe it is a symbol of Republic of Abal. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy, it definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country. You may want to, detective, however, I've yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia. It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Bali's embassy. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir? Perhaps the Babalis are studying American culture in our tourism industry? If they have plans to make the Babalis tourism industry truly flourish, then they will need to observe the study other countries' methods, I suppose. Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Babal, I can trade them in for a few buffets. Oh, so how do you expect to travel to Babal? Well, the whole world is connected by ocean, sir. And for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babal if I have to. Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things? There's still some burnt objects scattered on the floor. Well, burnt things get burnt and then they become burnt things, you know? No, because there's no way to prove that the burnt thing started out as a burnt thing. Was it a burnt thing or was it not? I have no idea what's what anymore, sir. Yes, I suppose it's a bit hard for someone with a burnt out light bulb to comprehend. It looks like it was a once magnificent grandfather clock, but it has fallen victim to the fire. Hey, Miss Edward, is it okay for me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir? If they're unrelated to the case, I hope that you will refrain from sharing, but... Well, there's one clock that I made by myself, but the timer on it managed to too. It's quite enough, detective. I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. Ambassador Polino, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police, that and only that. I asked you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Koshin's as well. You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating! Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. Oh no, this is simply coupons we distribute to promote Babal. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babal. Now I remember the Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the disease Manicoshin. He was my secretary in the embassy's secretariat, charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable. It's when it's a verb, it's admire, but when it's an adjective, it's admirable. English is so hard. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything: accounting, printing, taking care of natural treasures. I'm sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So, in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy. I see. Please excuse my forwardness, however. I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before. Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG8 incident. The KG8 incident? The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny. I thought you remembered him, Edgeworth. So your Mr. Kojin is the same man as the one in that case. It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee this embassy's renovations. It really is a shame he has such a bright future ahead of him. What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations? We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we? So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us. Miles Edgeworth! What is it? Let me tell you something. You're currently my subordinate. And if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you speak to me with respect. What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that would really be necessary, Francisco. Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you're still under me. I thought Francisco was flying around the world in pursuit of smuggling case. So then why is she here at the embassy? I was investigating at the Alabastian embassy when I got wind of this mess. That's right, the Yatagarasu was due to appear at the embassy as well. Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident at the Alabastian embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Babalis embassy. So Agent Lang is here as well, huh? I see you've met. Well, he's in the Alabastian embassy acting as bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. So, the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu? Kay would never have a soul, sir! Kay? You remember, do you not, about the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl was the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday. So she's that feisty little girl? Kay has been on the trail of Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life. I see. Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all. How so? The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I'll be there to see your dirtiest secret. But all we have had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract and it's going on the rap sheet. If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight. I do wonder, though, if Callisto Yu really is a Yatagarasu. Ooh! We still have to present something? Oh, I do believe that we have to connect stuff. But not yet. We're gonna investigate first. Because this is a natural treasure, Because this is a natural treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the secretary.
Hold it!
But there is a possibility that it is related to the murder, wouldn't you agree? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof. I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the primitive statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the steel samurai? They could be twins. Yeah, exactly. Both countries own one, okay. So a victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it. Manny Koshin, I heard that he was an admirable person, very admirable. The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back. We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle. So Mr. Kojin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? It's a Yatagarasu knife. There appears to be something in his pocket. What? This key, it can't be. Isn't this the Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago? What? But that's... Huh? 7 years ago? You mean that key's where it was framed, sir? Yes, it's a piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago. Which was stolen by Callisto Yu. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir. I thought he was killed with a knife. Scruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of crimes you were suspected. Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. Oh no, I feel like the victim right now. Oh, trampled on, sir. I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Whoa! Now that's amazing, sir! It's like some kind of magic trick! I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade. I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it? Yes, it looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Vine, sirs? I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police marked on our IDs. I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement. The real question is, why was the Babali's embassy's secretariat holding this? While we don't know how Mr. Koshin came to possess his key, we do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Kodopian embassy. That's right, Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer. I believe this means that the further research is required into the country of Kodopia. Why don't you ask Ambassador Polino about what he knows? Supposedly, he was a candidate to be the next Kodopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have. It's a knife wound. It's obvious that he was killed with what he was killed with, but I wonder if it's consistent with the wound. Indeed. Manny Koshin. I've seen him before. He was a suspect in the KG8 incident, and I saw him talking with the eldest sister of the victim of that case, Miss Callisto Yu. I wonder if there's a connection between his murder and the KG8 incident. Anything else? Oh, a knife. Is this knife the murder weapon? Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent of the stab wound. I suppose it means that we now know that a crime was committed with this knife. This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on her, this thing practically screams artsy at me too. Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said with artsy. But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful. Okay. Anything else? Hello! Welcome! Oh, the thief girl, because she was the first one to come into the crime scene. And of course, everybody is, thinking that she is the one who did it. Of course not. And we're gonna prove that! Okay. Let's go. A safe? A small personal safe. This was Mr. Koshin's office. So perhaps he stored his most important documents in here. Of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key. What happened to password? That's some fireplace. It really gives this place a mansion-like quality, don't you think, sir? Ooh! If these are a staple in every Babali's house, then I bet Santa Claus pays them a visit too. Says, how old are you again, detective? Why? Santa Claus is cool. Sorry, but the Interpol is still conducting its investigation beyond this point. I'm a subordinate of Miss Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access? My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site, you got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior would get really angry at me. Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do as he says? Yeah, I suppose we might as well. Oh, it's a fan? I thought it was a chandelier. This ceiling fan must have fallen off the ceiling. A ceiling fan? What does one of those do? Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that is installed on one ceiling. Well, if I had one of those in my room, I'd bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept. Detective Gumshoe, in the real world, we close our eyes when we sleep. Okay, I think we... Yep. Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir. Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately. I guess the handles got all burnt off by the fire. So even the knives fell victim to the fire. Ambassador Polino, are these knives yours? Why, yes, they are. They're a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babal. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babali's ones have been reduced to this state. Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tangle display. Ambassador Polino, what is this not cheerful? Oh, that! it's a feature of these knives wherein you can freely exchange your handles on them. So that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed. Okay, let's go. To seal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room? Dirty secret? Francisca, you are in pursuit of some dirty underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence. In that case then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Babali's embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation. I think I just might need to ask Francisca about her smuggling case in more depth. English is so good I have to learn, but I'm Thai too. Thank you. Let's learn together. My English is not that good actually. I have very, very limited vocabulary in my head, so yeah. I hate when R and T are too close. It's okay. Some blade on the display. Yeah, it's without a handle. The murder weapon survived from fire, but is not on display while arson occurred. Maybe. The design on the knife's handle. It greatly resembles a special Babalis species of butterfly. It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here, this knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room? Francisca, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you're here right now is related to that? Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off. This accounting document? It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you, see, this type of paper was made only in the Principality of Godopia, which means that somewhere in the countries of Alibas and Babal is ahead. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring. That's Francisca for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has. Okay. Ambassador Polino, I was wondering if I may ask you about Godopia. Godopia? Alright, what would you like to talk about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Koshin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy, is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. That's not all about this key, it's also capable of changing into a knife. Oh! How fascinating! Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? And in its knife form, there's a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Godopia.
Hold it!
And how'd you come to that conclusion? It has both of Godopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used his key here in the embassy back when we were still Godopia? Ha ha ha. Ambassador Poleno, this key was stolen from the Kodopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Yu Yatagarasu. Oh, really? You were not aware of that? Aware that Miss Yu was broken into this embassy at the time? I'm sorry, it can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became an ambassador after Babal became its own independent nation. But if Manny was still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then. Mr. Kosh and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present. Let's go! The locked safe! We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Koshin's pocket. Which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office. Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out. He's so sus. In some crime fiction I see when I was young, there's some knife the blade and handle can... I should keep the theory for later. Yeah. It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pocket, it literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside! Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir? No, detective. I believe all we need is a closer look. It looks like such a serious safe. It looks like there's two layers of them. This one is just the first wall. It looks like such a serious safe, but there's not a scrap of paper inside. Which reminds me, the safe in your office is just as empty, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? It's merely a coincidence that both safes are empty, detective. Well, make that a triple coincidence because my piggy bank at home is empty too. I don't think there's anything coincidental about that, detective. Hey, there's a hole here, sir. It's a little too oddly shaped for a latch hole. Wow, that's a funny shape for a latch hole, huh? It's shaped kinda like a star, don't you think, sir? Detective, I would hardly call that the shape of a star. There must be some reason for this hole. Well, there's gotta be some reason why this hole's shaped so weirdly, you know? Am I overthinking this? No, I don't think so. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Nah, there's no way I could ever do that. Ho ho. Detective Gumshoe, could you please be quiet for a second? You're frightening me. What is this here? It looks like ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir. No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe. Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch. Not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe. Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to the safe is that... there are two compartments. Yes. That's what I've been suspecting. Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way of paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there's an extra bit of space behind the back wall of the safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment. What? I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there's a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there's no other lock or keyhole in sight. Actually, there's one more spot of interest to me on the safe. Oh? Yes, and I believe that spot is a keyhole to our mystery second lock. The safe and its locks. Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduce your answer. Am I doing it right?
Eureka!
Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of some, Francisca? The shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more.
Hold it!
Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Koshin, made sure this safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is a keyhole to the hidden compartment in this safe? That's precisely what I'm saying. And I'll prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is a key that will open.
Objection!
The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this had better be a very bad joke. Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is a very key that will open the second compartment of the safe. We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe. But the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key. We discovered that this trick 7 years ago, and with it we are able to corner Miss Yu. But who would have thought that I would see this key again after all this time? Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Koshin's safe in the Kodopian embassy. We confirmed that fact by opening the door to the safe with it. Now, let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see? What are you talking about? Ah! It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as a keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as a key to the hidden portion of the safe. But that's preposterous! Because it looks like a knife and it was used like one to kill Miss Faraday 7 years ago, we fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance. Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe! Hey! Yes, sir! Opening it now, sir! Wow, these items, it's a bunch of funny shaped things. I guess they're pieces of art, huh? You're in the way! Now move, Scruffy! I didn't think it was in the way. These pieces of art, they're identical to ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world. I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. These are the pieces of stolen art from around the world. I wonder how much they are worth, especially this one. Hey! Scruffy! Don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why? Do you have any idea what would happen to you if one of them were to break? Is it just me or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? Oh. This is a document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir! Why don't we take a look at this first before we give up, detective? That mean that Bali's song is not used for cut, but it's a key. Yeah, it's a dual key. Clever trick indeed. Yeah, it is. Poor Gumshoe, always. Mr. Koshin's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. Wait, let's see. Okay, I can't read. Never mind. I have to deduce? What do I have to deduce? What do I have? Oh, freak. Wait. Let's see. Let me check. country has a primitive statue, which are the national treasures of each country. They also possess a set of 3 finely crafted knives. Kingdom of Alabas. The Kingdom of Alabas still produces a very luxurious Kodopen paper, which is renowned for its extremely high quality. Republic of Babal. The Republic of Babal is the sole producer of Babalis ink, which is made with crystal. It is also known to generously offer coupons. Seal Samurai Daddy. Married man of Neo Old Tokyo. Oh, it's this one. It must be related.
Eureka!
Take a good look at these documents, Francisca. It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here. Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3? Very well, it certainly looks that way. By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have found what you were looking for. Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear that Mr. Koshin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Babalis ink. Babalis ink? Babalis ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported. And that reason is? That's classified. It's on a need to know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Koshin. His base was in an embassy. Thus, it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation. But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to train judgment down upon with my whip of justice. Well, even if he's dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. Do you expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. Francisca, you must know that Manny Koshin was a suspect in the KG8 incident. Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there is a matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved. Are you done with investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl was the only one it could be. Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu K. Faraday. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Koshin. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me, I didn't do it! I chased a fake Yatagarasu in here. And he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'd like to have you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes. What is that supposed to mean? I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime. Very well, I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. Nice, let's go! Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalis embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body. Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu? Exactly, but it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. Ah, look! How many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu. Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu. Very well, then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Miss Amani Koshin. Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of.
Hold it!
They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch a thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed murder eluded us. Of course, I chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Babalese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl. In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight.
Hold it!
The confusion caused by the fire? Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire? A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire. It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst. Yeah. In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears. Furthermore,
Hold it!
just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she is a killer. No, but it does give her motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I'll be there to steal your dirtiest secret." Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mrs. Koshin for the key. I see. Her logic is very sound, as expected. I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need.
Hold it!
So you claiming that Kay knew that a foreign country's embassy has such documents? As stated in the calling card, the Yatagarasu was out to steal a dirty secret, which means that the goal tonight was to steal those smuggling activity documents. You have it all wrong. It was a fake to send that card. Your words are meaningless. If you're truly innocent, then let's see some proof. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this. Yes, I'd rather you did. The Yatagarasu's goal, huh? You can claim she's innocent, but you can't change the facts that I've already outlined.
Hold it!
I really don't think that being the first to discover the body makes her the killer by default. No, but if you saw the self-purported Yatagarasu standing in front of a body, wouldn't you get a little suspicious yourself? Yeah, even so, I've still listened to what that person had to say before I passed judgment. Huh, are you talking about yourself and those times when you were under suspicion? I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you really should experience. I personally know that feeling really well, sir. And given my situation, I now know exactly what it's like too. I'm fine with never experiencing it ever. Are you done with your little group conference? So Agent Shina suspects Kay of murder simply because Kay is a Yatagarasu. But if I can prove that the Yatagarasu's goal is not related to murder, then I may be able to begin the reason with her. Okay. Oh, is it this one? Because it's a natural treasure. So she wanted to steal documents. She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling. So she killed Mr. Koshin for the key. But she didn't steal it though. It's still there in the pocket.
Objection!
But it's still there in the pocket though. She didn't steal it. I just don't have a worthy response. In any case, I have some documents I need to attend to. Yeah. I guess she feels that she has no need to counter my argument. Gumshoe. She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Kojin for the key. But she doesn't know that that's a key to the safe, though. There's a lot of skill detailing on this handle. It would appear that the handle of this knife is removable. I guess so people can change them whenever they feel like it. Sounds like fun, sir. I don't think people will remove the handle just for fun, detective. So this is what took Mr. Kojin's life. Some of his blood's still on the blade. Wow, I've been a detective for 7 years already. I've seen a lot of weapons in my days. But knives that were used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear. Yes, unlike guns, this is one weapon where you are likely to find the victim's blood on it. Yeah, just like how the one is practically drenched in it, sir. Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow. Yeah. Can we take it out, though? I wonder if we can take the handle out. Like, take it off the blade. Does that mean that the handle is being put here after? I think the documents, because if she wants to steal while they're still there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. It should be. It should be the document. Aya! Yep. Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I'm certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Koshin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. Oh, that's a lot of sweat. Nice! Let's go! By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all. Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Koshin had the key on it. If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can't think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact. Need, reason, all of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key. Yeah. But the fact still remains that Mr. Kojin was stabbed to death.
Objection!
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act. Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes. What? Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her way behind bars. What the? The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is a murder weapon which a killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There's no counter argument. Yeah, that is your definitive evidence? You see how that she is definitely the killer, right? No, Miss Edgeworth, you've got to believe me. I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear. And you came in here because you were chasing this suspicious person? That's right, I ran into his office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Ah! Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream, and when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her. So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was a murder weapon? I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find someone's prints on it. But the suspicious person in a black coat who came into the room before me... You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where'd they go? That... I don't know, but I know they came in here. That sounds like a desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, she had a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't... Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, there must exist a way for me to prove that. Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can. Don't worry, I can and I will. Let's go! She appeared in crime scene so fast, yeah, because she was, investigating. The knife wound in the body is...
Hold it!
We know about that. Does this mean that you already have the results back? We have confirmed that the shape of the Babali's knife's blade matches a wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics teams with your own.
Objection!
I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear. I'd hardly say your logic is sound, which you'll see in a bit. If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead. That has been my intention all along. Now, let us return to your testimony. The knife with the butterfly handle was a murder weapon which a killer was holding.
Hold it!
You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes? I was also on the search of Yatagarasu. When I heard that the girl screamed coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw the girl standing there motionless with a knife in her hands. But I already told you, I only came in here because I was also after the Yatagarasu. The suspicious person I saw came into this room. But when I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights and then... You found out that it was the murder weapon at your feet. How many times do I have to tell you? We can't trust the words of a suspect. The only thing you accept is evidence, is it? That's the only acceptable way to counter an agent of Interpol on the scene of the crime. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent? I think I do, because there's one piece of evidence I find to be a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again. Huh? Yeah, it's a knife. It's a knife without blood in the handle. On the handle.
Hold it!
For sure. I ask that you please refrain from speculation. It's a sound hypothesis derived from the evidence. There's no room for debate. Nya! Miles Edgeworth, know that an ungraceful loss would not be tolerated, my subordinate. Now, rebut her hypothesis with factual logic. Otherwise, what was your investigation for? Yes, you're correct, thank you. Hey, helping a subordinate out with advice is a job of any good superior. She seems to be rather enjoying herself, but she is correct nonetheless. Agent Sheena, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
About the three-piece set, is there really no other like it? Let's ask the Master of Palermo for more details, shall we? The knives are indeed special. They have the butterfly, the symbol of the Republic of Babal, engraved on them. And because there are only 3 of them in the world, they're very, very valuable. The national symbol, huh? Well, the knives are covered in a butterfly design. Along with the alabaster set, our respective countries only have 3 knives each. I see. Are you satisfied now? If so, let's continue.
Hold it!
No, I believe there's still room for debate, and I would thank you to not decide that for me. I didn't decide anything for you. I'm merely looking at reality the way it is.
Objection!
Are you sure you're not just viewing the facts through rose-colored glasses? Mr. Edgeworth, I think she's mad at you. Perhaps, but our definitions of reality are a tad different. Are the 2 of you done chatting? Agent Sheena's proof is a Babalese knife that Kay was allegedly holding. Yeah, so, how are you going to prove that Kay didn't do this, sir? If Agent Sheena wants to suspect Kay merely because Kay was the only one here, then I must show with evidence that Kay couldn't have committed the murder. But do you have such evidence, sir? Yes, there's one piece of evidence that seems very unnatural to me. And I believe it is my duty to point that out to Agent Sheena.
Objection!
Ha ha ha. So, the murder weapon was a knife with a butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon. It wasn't the real murder weapon? This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? As you can see, the Babalese knife has now been disassembled into 2 parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceed to swap the knife's original handle with its butterfly. It was all to create an illusion that Mr. Koshin was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicions surrounding Kay. Swap with the real murder weapon's handle, its blade has yet to be found. Okay. Your argument isn't airtight yet. How so? It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handle.
Hold it!
Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing? I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
Objection!
Hey, the truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You've come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Koshin's killer. There's quite a bit of Mr. Koshin's blood on this blade. Thanks to being a prosecutor, I guess I have become accustomed to seeing blood. But this is not what is important right now. What is this mark on here? It's a mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means? No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar. And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of his flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now, to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower, this. I think that is the only thing.
Take that!
You can't be serious. It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives. Yeah! This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babali's in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena? After the fire had broken out. That's right, Kay entered the Babalese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire, which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer. Whoop! Way to go, Miss Atwood, sir! What a great victory! Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? The Alabastian's knife here? Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over. You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run, now that's the way of a great thief operates, okay? Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did. Not really, but... Haha, come on, you don't have to be shy about it. Your argument is still not airtight. Would you care to elaborate? I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there's still the possibility that she is the Yatakarasu. That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I'm the real Yatakarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you are the real deal or fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Objection!
Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing? The fact that she calls herself the Yatakarasu, that in itself is the most elegant proof. This is so... What the heck? How can you be an Interpol agent if you keep suspecting people of... just because of this little evidence, you know? It's so... It makes me mad. Every time. Miss Sheena, yes? I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I'm the great thief Yatakarasu, and I refuse to allow some impostor to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I'll walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Sheena. Let me share something with you too, as a token of my appreciation. Those glasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? What? Well, I guess they'll be... I'd better be going. Going? To where? To the Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Master Edgeworth. As you're my subordinate, I would not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. should be doing another part before we go. March 14th, 7:44 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis Lobby. Count! Oh my god. Okay, let me have some sweet. Can I go have some snacks? Yes, I can. I am allowing myself. It's good that I have the fridge here with me. I'm very, very happy I have the fridge here with me. Okay, I'm back with some snacks. Count off! 1 water or whatever. Shifu, 99 calories, so all 99 members are most likely here and accounted for, sir. How can you know? You just count 1. Hey, you, yeah, you're the second one from my right. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Here, birthday present for you. What? Shifu, I didn't know you knew all our birthdays. What a kind heart you have, Shifu. You're more of a man than I'll ever be, sir. I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday. Luxia said, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you, it's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. Tell him I said hi and happy birthday, won't you? Yes, sir! Shifu, I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. Shifu, I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. Oh my god. I should probably leave them to their alone time. Alright, meeting's over, everyone. Head for your post. Dismissed! So, were you guys there the whole time? I got a call from China and she's already filled me in. It sounds like you're out to get in my way again. I have absolutely no intention of interrupting your investigations. I simply request you grant me permission to investigate the Alabastian embassy. And what if I say no?
Objection!
Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights. Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Alabas has the strictest immigration regulations in the world, or didn't you not? Or didn't you know? It's so good. Okay, let me eat some while I read. What is wrong? Something happened in the Alabas side as well. Is there a problem here, Agent Lang? Don't tell me that's the ambassador. Not really, just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in. Oh my god, ambassador is so old. He should be, you know, like, retired? Ask you to please allow these people to join the investigation. Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. It is all because I lack the strength to govern well. Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador. You weakling Quercus! Curse your frailty and inability to effect change in your country! What are you? The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Asian land. And it is my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Asian land. There, you see? Oh, no way! Ambassador Alba, I ask you please reconsider letting them into Alabast. What's that? My very own secretary has been murdered in the Abilese embassy. And he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings completely unbeknownst to me. So I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. These aren't much, but coupons again. But I hope they can cover your travel expenses to Babao someday. Well, at least they let us in. Sorry, I'm eating. The whip lady! Yeah. He's been giving out coupons and such. A flat panel of VCR and a row of Seal Samurai videos on his table. There might be a clue among these. I'd better check the titles of these videos. My, the things I put myself through for the sake of the investigation. Okay, we have, something has happened in each of the two embassies. I sense that the conventional methods will be required to solve both of these mysteries. Okay. Counting on you to keep Kay safe. Just leave everything to me, sir. And don't worry, I'll take good care of Gummy for you. Okay. Hey, I'm glad you were not hurt, but please refrain from such recklessness, alright? What if you had run into the Yatagarasu? You could have been killed. Sorry to make you worry like that. I'll be more careful from now on. Good girl. Oh my god, Edgy! Are you saying good girl? Are you saying good girl? Can you say good girl to me, please? Can you say good girl to me? Good girl. It's good to conduct some self-reflection every once in a while. It's funny, you know, when I talk with you, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like I'm talking with my father. Is that so? Do I really seem that old to her? Ambassador Polino, I'm in your debt. Oh, no, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador, on my honor. Wow, you're so sensational. You have really piqued my curiosity. I know there aren't much, but know that I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly. No, that's quite alright. Oh, well, how about this then? Ooh, the ink. And what exactly is it? It's fountain pen ink. Fountain pen ink. Known as Babali's ink. It's made exclusively in Babal. Oh, good girl! I am a good girl! I'm a good girl. So this is Babali's ink. We make it with crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip of your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me, the ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. Okay. Great, wonderful. Okay. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled item I was following. You mean the Babali's ink? But why are these restrictions on the export of Babali's ink to begin with? That's classified in the poem.
Hold it!
Francisca, as your subordinate, I'm a part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhongfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babal's special Babali's ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Babali's ink from the real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babal. Oh. That's where the document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Koshin was smuggling large amounts of Babali's ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess, you still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink? Yes, and while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Babalese embassy, we're looking into the Alabastrian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden, mark my words. I will find them. Counterfeit bills made with Babala's ink. They are in circulation in Zhongfa. It's hard to tell they're fake. Okay. Well, shall we get going? What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. So we're going to gather whatever info we can on the Babalese side, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you two. Right, and I'm counting on you and Miss Von Kama to sniff out clues in the Alabast. Oh, and Miss Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phony, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush over straight away no matter where you are. I'll let you know when the time comes. March 14, 8:17 p.m. Alabastian Embassy Ambassador's Office. Oh, what? What do you think you're doing to my subordinate? There you are! What? Edgy, who thinks that happens you're here? I'm in a really, really big pig on you, lordship. The raven, it appeared, poof, and then disappeared, swoosh. Laurie! Why are you here? What the heck? Yeah, him again. Well, I'm so confused. I don't know what anything means anymore. Who is this fruitcake? I'm Larry of the House of Butts, married man of Neo Tokyo, milady. Now I remember, this person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Yes, frighteningly enough, he is. Hey, what's up with the dancer? Your best bud is in a bind and you act like it's no big deal. What sort of bind are we talking about here? The suspect kind! I accidentally became a suspect in a murder! I see, that is quite the bind. Not that we are in the least bit surprised. Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T. Hey, what kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by one. That was uncalled for. Besides, you are... Wait, hold on. Larry, it was you? You are the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph? Oh, you didn't notice earlier? I even winked at you through my headpiece. What's going on? And why are you beet red? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? Aha, so this is the incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who was snuck into this embassy, Max Demas 2. Max Demas 2? What the heck? There are 2 murders? How many streams do I have to do for this EP? Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing. Shifu, we have identified the victim. Good work, I'll take the report now. Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well? What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek. But Agent Lang! Oh. So everybody from the 1st to the 4th EP is here for the 5th one. Nice. Just one way to end the whole story, you know. In the universe, murder... What? Popular hobby like... I have no idea. Will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Yes, of course. You let the detective see the file? You are Detective Bad. You are the prosecutor, Mr. Edward, right? Fancy meeting you here, Detective. You weren't expecting me ever since that day 7 years ago. I've chased after the Yatakarasu non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me into the loop in case a card was ever found. What incredible dedication to the case. Detective Bad knows the Yatakarasu's M.O. very well. M.O. And his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatakarasu. If he can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share info with him. I am in your debt, Detective Bad. About the murder of Damask 2, would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details? When the Yatakarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damask 2, he broke into this embassy, probably to steal some treasure or another, and I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room. Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective? I felt surprised and not surprised at the same time when Larry involved with some incident, of course. That samurai? He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reason you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he's completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here at the Alabastian Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatakarasu showed. But keep in mind, the Yatakarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats for the guests who had been called to sit in them were empty. A no-show? Who was it that failed to take the seat? The Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time. And where was he? He was on the roof, with one of his legs down the chimney. That chimney leads directly into this room. Ah! Larry Butts, you really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. Okay, let's go. Larry, can you please speak to me? Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about. Hey, how about that? I've got a few things I've got to ask you too. What is it? It's like both you and him. How is it that the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? And Francie, what about the promise you made to me? Promise? What promise? The one where you said you would model for my next book, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. Yow! I made no such promise! Ever since grade school, we have had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells, it's usually the buzz. Yes. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Loris Donim? Loris Donim now? That's Donim! Loris Donim! Get it straight into your head, Edgy. Ow, 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 ow! Now I remember, you are that rude, pale imitation of a real artist. No, you got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Loris business. Besides, when Banjolina left me and my heart is in pieces, that's when Mindy walked into my life. She's been so good to me that I wanted to help in some way, and I figured I could through the Steel Samurai outfit. Your inane blathering makes less sense each time we meet. I believe he's saying that he picked up his part-time job as a Steel Samurai so that he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays a pink princess. You got it! I knew you'd know what I meant, Edgy. Not really. It's not so much as I understood. but a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight. Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too! Nonsense. I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we're talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. For past experience had taught me that you are always at the center of some insane event. Hey, Edgy, how can you be so mean and savage me with your words like that? Unfortunately, I don't have the time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. So I suggested you cooperate and tell me what you know. Okay, I get it. Just stop Francie from whipping me from behind. So, I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy? I can't even begin to imagine, however. I imagine that whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So, you will tell me what exactly you did, Larry. Nope, not yet, Edgy. It will take more than that to loosen my lips. A lot more! Confess, now. Oh, no. Okay, well, I was up on the roof. And why exactly were you up there? Okay, you know, that wintry custom and the legendary hero. Legendary? Hero? Santa Claus! Santa Claus? I wanted to do that thing he does, so I climbed up to one with chimneys. But when I got there was smoke pouring out of the chimney. And? Well, I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I give up.
Objection!
Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right? Of course I know! I did graduate from junior high, you know. Then you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. How crude! It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as prime suspect in this murder? Come on, man. What's so wrong with pretending to be a Santa?
Objection!
Let's start with the fact that it will be the Ides of March in a matter of hours. Santa only visits home on December 24th. That's in December, you nitwit. No! Hey, wait a sec. We're not in court. Nice. He just wants to imitate Santa Claus. And he makes himself a prime suspect because of that. These are some weapons on display on this wall. A crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts of the Babyliss knives, which means that the blades inside these scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Koshin. Oh my god, the tree. What is that plant supposed to be? Francisca, can't you see there's supposed to be a likeness of Ambassador Elba? Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerves telling me what to think. I look forward to your salary assessment next month. You are deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that. It's a Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the Samurai Spear. Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny just like my heart. It comes at you like whoosh! When you hold it, you just want to live life like bam. You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although, it is just, as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced this spear is up to the task. What's wrong, Eddie? You were starting off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine. Did I say something about wanting one? Maybe I can shut him up and show him the piece of evidence that will point something out about this spear.
Eureka!
Larry, about this spear. Oh, are you feeling it? Bam! I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me, or is the spear a bit bent? Well, what? No way is exactly as it should be, yo! I have here the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Now, take a good look at this, which you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape. Ah! What do you have to say to that? I'm sorry! Then when I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then, during practice, it was spinning it around and around. And bam! It hit the wall! You unbelievable! This is an embassy. But I've always been like that ever since I was a kid. One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. I'm just a useless hot-blooded man. Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Okay, so it was some field trip and I began to shadow fight with myself. Not that, it meant what you said earlier about spinning a spear and hitting the wall. Oh, that! It's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything. It's not why I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it would cause it to bend. Man, Edgy, you're so naive. What? Where did it come from? Well, you keep calling it the samurai spear, but it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it. Because it's hollow on the inside. You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality is cute. I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth. Nyah. That's not friendship. It's utter humiliation. Oh. Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this? I wonder why there are no whips on display here. Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suspect that these are the counterpart to the Babalese knives. The blades of these knives should match a blade of the knife that killed Mr. Koshin. What? One of the knives is missing its blade. Let's see if the two pieces of blade and handle fit each other. Ooh. It would appear they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. Then this means that an alabastrian knife did find its way into Babal. But how? I can spot absolutely no difference between this primitive statue of Babal and Babal's. The statue's face looks a bit like that costumed hero you like so very much. I only wonder why you Americans have such an affinity for this kind of face. The statue wasn't made by an American, you know, at least I don't suppose so. I think I got everything. Okay. There was a grandfather clock just like this one earlier in the Babalese embassy. You know, symmetry is a fine thing, but their interior design really suffers for it. Really? I think this clock actually fits the decor of this room quite well. I suppose the wood does suit the all-natural atmosphere of this room. Its design and the material it's made of strikes a good balance with the plants. Hey, you two! Now's not the time to be talking about interior decorating, you know? Hurry up and save me! Be quiet! Ah! This is all part of my lead investigation. All you need to do is be quiet and watch. Actually, I do believe Larry has a point for once. What was it? What is that plan supposed to be? Francisca? Oh, okay. Okay. Same conversation. There are decorative plants here as well. This room is overflowing with nature. Humans used to live in the grandeur of nature once long ago. I believe I'm not mistaken in thinking that these people truly love nature. This coming from a man who loves shows featuring costumed actors. Yeah, she just had to go there again, didn't she? It's not wrong to like costumed actors. You did some investigating over in the Babalese embassy too. right? I did. Is there a problem? Lang just said, a wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once. I believe the idiom you require is, he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither. A real wolf can catch both. I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I am currently handling 2 cases? Hey, suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you. There was the exact same statue sitting in that Babalese office we examined. It's a primitive statue. It was a national treasure of the Principality of Kodopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the 2 is a replica. But both Alibas and Babal claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. It's a primitive statue. There was one of these. I hear it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was a national treasure of Kodopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the 2 is a replica. Okay. And won't budge from their claim. What an incredibly childish fight to have. The counterpart to the Babalese butterfly is an abalestian flower. The butterfly and flower, they're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that the alabast provides honey to Babal? Francisca, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment? Very well then, let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with. Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither will survive. How was that, Mrs. Fontcama? Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue with the investigation. Francisca, why can't you just admit it has something there? There was almost the exact same wall mount for the knives on the Babalese side. But I can't see any of the details from the distance. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be the necessity in our Shifu's investigation. Is that a fact? But no matter how good he is bound to overlook something. If you insult our Shifu, then prepare to be punished. Oh, and how exactly would you punish us? Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation. Vindictive much. Oh, the person shaking hands with the steel samurai in the picture is Ambassador Alba. It was taken just before the murder. The steel samurai must be very popular. They're even using the national treasure as a backdrop. I just don't understand. What exactly is so great about Top Knot there? Clearly there's a depth to this show that a young person like you can't fake. Speaking of young people, aren't your young children the target audience of this show of costume players? Aren't young children the target audience of this costume actors? It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it. Wait. But there's smoke. The 2 gorgeous flowers in full bloom here. What the heck? Doesn't look like a normal flower. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have equally as lovely name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ. As they say, you learn something new every day. Passion flowers. wait. Okay. This must be Ambassador Alba's desk. His notebook is open on his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today. Funny, it doesn't look like important work to me. He's taking care of his flowers. Why don't you think it's important? Maybe it's important for him and not for you. Okay, Detective Bat. Okay. So this is a victim, Dimas 2. What is with gaudy office outfit? You don't know about Mass Dimas? A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu? I thought they were for a while because their MO and targets were different. Dimas likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Dimas. That's alright. I'd probably hear tales of his failure anyway. You haven't changed a bit, I see. In any case, let's get started here, shall we? Okay, let's go. There is not a single shred of fashion sense in the mask's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. You two don't know? You can buy this costume almost anywhere. It's being sold? Since when? Since around New Year's? The streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Dimas is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in fool's clothing to act foolishly. We got your point about these foolish S. Back, Francisca. I thought that Dimas had quit the business. This guy, he's just a copycat using the name, a phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashino. Kashino? He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Dimas 2. The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. It seems that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. Oh. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. Oh. It would appear that the directions on how to reach his room were written by hand. There is something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the primitive statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is the person that requested the theft of the primitive statue? So this is a murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What did you expect? It's Steel Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battle, it's his trusty samurai spear that turns into a real fight. You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier. The owner of this sword is a Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to proving him innocent. Okay. Should be... Oh. I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Dimas 2 used to carry his stolen goods, but there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was he was out to steal. I think that's all. We have to talk to Larry. Larry, about the samurai sword that would use as a murder weapon. Oh, that! Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, you know. Yes, apparently you did. And well, I totally forgot about it and left behind where I left afterwards. You want to talk about a shock? I was most shocked of all when I heard it kill someone. Shocked! Foolish fool, looking especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. Wait. You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale?
Hold it!
Sorry, Miss Funcama, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. Edgy, you believe me! I just knew that our friendship is something special. Anyway, even if Larry has simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name. Which means that I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Oh my goodness. Yes? I've only just arrived in this room myself, which is why we need to investigate some more. Yes, I agree. Our priority should be on understanding what the current situation is. Of course, I was planning to do that from the very beginning. In that case, hurry up and start the investigation already. I will, so let's get started. In order to find out the truth behind what happened here, I should start by gathering as much information as I can. It's a statue of founder of Codopia, Primate Ducks. Because it's a national treasure, I've heard that only a few are allowed access to it. That's exactly right. Even we are not allowed to touch it. Not without the ambassador's permission, anyway. If we lay even a single finger on it, bam, it's instant jail time. Understood. So is that precious of a national treasure that a single touch can lead to arrest? And yet, I sense that there is something off about the statue. What is the source of this unease I feel? I feel like I need to investigate. A knife handle with a butterfly on it. I wonder where the blade that this should be attached to is. Wait, why is a knife there? The statue shouldn't turn that way. Right? Because the wall is that way? Why is the statue that way? Statue? So confused. Oh, I can't investigate this. Okay. Is it different? I'm confused. Okay, let's see. Oh, we don't have anything just yet. Everything is checked though. What should I be doing? Do I have to present something? Hey, that's an official Steel Samurai weapon. Huh? What? You want me to do it? Oh, you have no idea how many fans outside of me. What are you prating on about now? Steel Samurai! Sushi Slash! How was that? I bet it sent shivers up your spine. I let myself get caught up in being a spectator. How could I have failed myself? Just that? Oh, hey, it's a Steel Samurai. I want you to answer this for me, Larry, and depending on the answer, I may let you live. The Steel Samurai that was up there on the stage, was that really you? Yep, sure was. Larry! You! Steel Samurai, Sushi Slash! Ah! I was moved by the performance of this man. This completely useless, worthless bum. I fear I may never recover from this. It's funny. Oh, wait. Okay, what should I be doing next? I'm confused. Yes? Oh, I have it? Oh, I have, but yeah. Yeah, we've talked about this already. I'm back with lunch. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, it's lunchtime. Don't forget to eat, okay? Don't forget to eat, everybody. It's lunchtime already. I'm gonna finish this part, and I will go too. I wonder what I have to do. same thing. I don't know what to do. I don't have any logic. Oh, I can deduce. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's weird.
Eureka!
Look at this photo and tell. Okay, finally. Okay, look at this photo and tell me what you find odd about the scene, Miss Fanname. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that top-knot head. That's not it. I was trying to point out the statue in the photo is facing a different way. You're right. This statue is a national treasure. As such, only ambassador or a secretariat-level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo and now is facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene is a proof that someone touched this statue around the time of the crime. Okay. I'm happy now. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. That's... Yo, Pink Princess! How are you feeling? Still feeling ill? And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Avalestian embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Miss Pink Princess, if you please... What? Me? Hey, this must be what they call fate. How could this happen 2 days in a row? What the? Aren't you Miss Oldback? Why are you so surprised? Oh, so you're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. You're acquaintances with Larry? Why, yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous. Meow. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I misjudged you, edgy poo. You misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know. That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. But it looks like the winds have shifted, and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, edgy poo. I'll chase after you forever to the ends of the earth. Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Francisca and I actually see eye to eye. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at a Gatewater land as a pink badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago. That was yesterday! Look, I worked at Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, actually. They called you? Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be the last-minute replacement. Do they not have enough people and staff at that studio? I really couldn't say no, so here I am playing the role of the heroine. Instead of the Mindy girl, but the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she's going to have a terrible time when she returns. I mean, I'm not in... You are a rather lively old lady. So basically you received a stand-in request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right there. I've got it right here, look. It appears that she is telling the truth. I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears. Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall. But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker! I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room. Wendy will be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. Ooh. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. How absolutely revolting. I mean, you think he could get my name right? There's no accent in my name. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before? But now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe. Where do I factor into this? You'd bust the evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo? Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch your detective to your house later. Oh, come on, Edgy Poo, stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get. What are you doing at the time of the crime? What crime? What? After the show was over, I've had nothing but free times on my hands. So I used a fireplace in a room next door to keep my bad hip warm. Ah, so it was a different room. Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me.
Hold it!
If you please not cling on to my personage. In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech. Oh, that, no, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff, so I couldn't move at all. Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy. I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. Prosecutor Von Kalba, I've brought the police dog as you requested, sir. Good work, you may leave now, officer. Oh, that's so cute! This dog? I requested assistance of a dog in our search for the Yatakarasu. Oh! Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a police dog I'm sure's been taken care of. I think his name is Missile. Oh, Missile. What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks. That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve the case for us, you know. Now, Missile, I want you to mizzle. Actually, mizzle. It can be read two ways, I think. Missile and mizzle. I want you to find some clues. Go! Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone, you know. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but wait, Francisca, isn't that an official samurai dog? Ah, no! Bad missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that. It's just a meat substance snack featuring the steel samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine. That's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance. We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place. It looks like the snack wasn't all Mizzle found. Oh, and what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing. I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, a lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. Yep. I'm sure. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt. Oh, Edgy Poo, what is the meaning of this? Huh? Why'd you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would I would gladly give you as many as you'd like. Yeah, the things with no things. This shirt was found here at the crime scene. What? Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? I know nothing, I tell you! What? Oh, I admit that I used a fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know? Wearing the pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect. You're too cruel, Edgy Poo. Aren't you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room? Of course I am. If I'd been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm, as relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like... Oh. Well... I don't believe she's lying about her actions, so I can safely assume that she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. Yeah, it's like a machine gun. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. Yeah, how? I assume the samurai dog was also yours? That brilliant mind of yours, you really can see through everything about me. And so the feeling of dread continues. But I suppose I should ask for more details. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course, I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy poo. If you could just stick to what I asked you. Edgy, are you and Miss Oldback? No! You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the push cart just to move them all. Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my questions. Aren't you going to stick up for me? About that, see, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know? And there they were, the samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show? Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well. Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and I thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for kids show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself have a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... what is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'd only give you one. The rest are all for me. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Seal Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Larry, I wonder if you might know what this is. Nope, not a clue. You didn't even look at it. Nah, that's because the only thing I... Oh. Okay. It's of course, we can't. Fine then. Hello. There's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to the fireplace. At least, according to Larry, this is a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure it wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There is testimony from the investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. So what you're proposing is this. The smoke that came out of a chimney was actually from Miss Oldback's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you are implying? Oh. Precisely. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Ugh! Why are you getting all excited over holding onto a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug. If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in a room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that this somehow passed through? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. There is an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. Ooh! What in the... The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to a neighboring room. The neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. What the freak is going on? We now know that the fireplace connects to two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the Mask 2's killer now, aren't you? No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with the Mask 2's murder. What the heck? What the heck is this place? It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face here, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well then, if you are prepared. I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good! I'm counting on you, Edgy! Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose you alive for what it really is. My lie? I know that there's still something you are keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself and throw everything into a mass confusion! You made some wonderful friend as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who is ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you have caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I would never forgive you. Edgy. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. All right, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened? What did happen? The works. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight. Finally! After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then, they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. So then, I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you to not lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention to, for I'm not able to let us waste time in such a trifling matter.
Hold it!
You left the push cart? Could you please clarify that statement for me? Yeah, so the wheels on the push cart got covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess on the floor inside, so Ambassador Alba said to just leave it. Well, it would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy. Come to think of it, I recall seeing the pink princess on my way into the embassy. And what was she doing? Nothing particular, because she was being carried by some dogs on a stretcher. She must have been incapacitated by the pain of a bad hit that she suffered during her show. So I came into the embassy, right? And then... they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. Okay.
Hold it!
So you shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabas, did you? Yeah, can you believe it? I did something really cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. Hey there! Are you disrespecting another country in their very own embassy? As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame at this second. Agreed. I apologize for his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue. What is this, all of you? You keep saying that kind of thing, and I'll tell you only lies. You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let it go and move on. All right already, you don't need to glare at me like that, Edgy.
Hold it!
Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. I know! I get it! I'm totally the bad guy again! I thought you were his friend. Don't you think that was a bit harsh? Longju says true friends are bosom friends. If you're in trouble, call your bosom friend whose shoulder you can truly cry on. Hey, bosom buddy, I hope you're listening carefully to my testimony. Has it crossed your pea-sized brain yet that Agent Lang is only out to arrest you, Larry? Now then, you were wandering around inside the embassy, and then what happened?
Hold it!
I should hardly think the chimneys are that way. Agreed, especially since they are a traditional feature of American houses. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. Yeah, but the kind of chimneys I'm talking about is a really romantic type. A romantic chimney? It might sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy them. And I just had a good feeling about that chimney. What? What do you mean?
Hold it!
You suddenly wanted to play Santa? Oh well, actually I dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down at Gourd Lake. Yeah! I appreciate if you wouldn't dress up such unnecessary memories of me. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history approved to being childhood friends. Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know? Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all. Actually, it is worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal. Actually, I believe in the case of this man playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your body isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Larry. Hey, Edgy, that's so incredibly mean! Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to. I was, delivering a present to a child not basking in the warm glow of love.
Objection!
That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard. The most elegant, yeah, but a lie's still a lie. Yeah, you sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that. In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present unto us most certainly is...
Take that!
Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me! I totally didn't want to see Miss Oldback so much and I tried to go down the chimney. Ow! I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady. Well, I must admit that I, myself, hardly ever have the one to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this.
Take that!
This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the pink princess, Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. But that's not true, Edgy! She's the one with the hots for me. I just know it. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you! You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man. You haven't matured at all since we last met. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, yes? This guy, he's got a bigger problem than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way. Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? Wait. To return to the original topic, I propose that at least as much has been made clear, without any knowledge that Miss Minty has fallen ill. Larry tried to make his way to the Pink Princess's room, that much we know for sure. Hey, Edgy, it looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now. But we're not in court at the moment. Shut up! I see what's going on here and it looks just like what you do in court. I guess old boy here still have something he'd like to say. Langju says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. Alright, then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in the battle of wits. Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? So you think that all I wanted to do was to go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Hey, someone say something! Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this, not as a confession, but as a testimony? So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that? So it was you! You're my stalker! But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's wholly focused on one man and one Long as Edgy Poo is alive, I can drop and fun faithful that I can, although earlier... Oh my god. I am so inspired! You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point. What? What do you mean? Of course you've still got something to prove. You still have to show me some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy. Proof, you say? Remember, Edgy? Everything is evidence in court, right? You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry? But I understand your point. Yeah, see, I'm totally a pro at this now. Very well, if you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you ever wish to see. So you think that all I wanted to do was to go visit
Hold
Mindy?
it!
Well, I've been saying that for a while now. After all, if not for that, then for what other reason did you wish to go down the chimney? You can't say that without any evidence. That's against the rules.
Now go back!
Huh, thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mrs.
Hold
Suspect. I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it that badly, I can introduce you to. But it's not good to keep them waiting, my subordinate. Hurry and show them already. Lies! All lies, Edgy! Well, if you wish to lie, then by all means, continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice. You won't get the better of me! Now, let's see.
Hold it!
Was the smoke coming from the chimney really that thick? You bet! It was so thick, I had tears pouring out of my eyes. It was a mess. I see. You do realize that you have just confirmed for us your chimney escapade? What? That's totally unfair! You tricked me, Edgy! You simply have yet to master how to counter this cross-examination technique. Hardly, you simply have yet to master how to counter the cross-examination technique. Well, what I just said was a slip of the... No, I mean I said the wrong thing. Well, what I just said was a slip of the... No, I mean I said the wrong thing. Besides, isn't this what you really meant to say about what I did tonight? It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant.
Hold it!
Larry, this is the final point you wish to make. You got it! I've called on all the energies I have and told it to you with all my soul. In that case, allow me to take that soul and break it. Huh? Yes, we'll stomp it under our feet until it has been ground to a fine powder. A fine powder? Eh! If you really put all your soul into that, then you're ready for what's coming, right? In place of the honorable Larry, I offer my soul to you. Wait. Wait. Larry, come out from behind there and face us like a man. You're scary, my liege. This whole testimony is one giant confession of all that he's done tonight. He's practically begging me to show why he bothered to put himself through all this. Yeah, you want to visit Mindy.
Objection!
Larry, don't even think about denying what you have knowledge of this letter. Hey! What are you showing that thing to me? Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, you loving knight. Well, isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? Ah! I have no idea what you're talking about! I don't remember a thing!
Objection!
You can pretend to be ignorant all you'd like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. What part of this letter shows that the person Larry has intended to meet was Mindy?
Take that!
Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. This is if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again. Well, what the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English. You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye. Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing. There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're best, aren't they? For punching. But that will have to wait until we're off of this crime scene. Edgy, save me from a scary man! Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. That wasn't me! Come again? It's a fake! Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. To set me up! Accept your defeat, Ah! Hello! Wait, let me see. Who this is? Thank you! Thank you for the follow! Pammy! Pammy, thank you for the raid! Thank you so much! Thank you for the raid, Pammy! Pammy, and welcome everybody! My name is Kinari Hoku. You can call me Hoku. I'm from Polygon Project, Thailand. I stream in English on Twitch. Hopefully twice a week. And I'm very, very happy to see all of you. I see Ace Attorney I raid! Let's see, how do I give you the moderator thing? I'm very, very bad at this. Add as mod. Yes! Yes, Bammy, you're my mod now. Okay. Welcome, raiders! Yeah, please feel free to stay. Or if you wish to go sleep or eat or anything, please feel free to leave the stream without having to tell me, okay? Thank you so much for the raid, family. I miss you. But you guys are being so mean.
Hold it!
I must rest, but have fun. I love the game so much. Thank you so much. I'm sure. Edgy Poo is cute. Penmanship analysis. What's that? No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting of this letter to a sample of yours. And we will know soon enough who it was that sent this letter. I'll never write another thing in my life!
Hold it!
It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight, for you have already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting.
Take that!
This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, you will know the answer to our question soon enough. I hope you rest well, Pammy. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure. I'm sorry! I did it! It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy. So he finally confesses. I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, alright? I wanted to go into Minnie's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was a chimney or bust, Edgy. Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney? What a criminally overactive imagination. Loving Night is heartbroken again. Well, Lisa was honest and wrote me a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney. Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment. I'm really, really sorry, Larry. You may be a shameful good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because at the very least, I can attest to that about you. Edgy, you are... Ah! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you! Yeah, exactly. Ow! Exactly. In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Budd sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion of that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Ow! Hey, what? Edgy, what does a wolf man mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet? He means a murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night, but the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene, as long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on this bite. Yeah! Edgy, that guy, he looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me. I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that his upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler. I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we are about to enter a final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got. I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon, but the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble, but this is one game I can't afford to lose. Let's go! I was the one who found the body of the victim, Dimax 2. Beside him was a samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be the steel samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
Hold it!
If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that.
Not so fast!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors. But come on, you can't think up something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Larry, I can't agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession, emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way he can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. I was the one who found the body of the victim in box 2. So, you were the first to discover the body this time? This time? What's that supposed to mean? You'd better watch what you say. I only said this time because earlier Kay was the first to discover the body in Babal. And your secretary, Agent Sheena, was ready to accuse her of murder for that. Ha! So are you going to use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I was simply pointing out the usual pattern with discoverers of bodies. But in the Babali's case, there was proof that she was holding up the weapon, right? Well, in this one, it's a bit different, since we know exactly where the weapon is.
Hold it!
Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean, the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not charred. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with a sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by.
Hold it!
So the sword is covered in the victim's blood? Yeah, the lab results confirm that the blood on the sword matches the victim's. But the sword is as dull as a vanilla envelope. It's just a stage prop after all. The Steel Samurai is all about safety first, so you can't use it like a real sword. The Steel Samurai has spoken. The Pink Princess also appears to have something she'd like to petition to you personally. What the Pink Princess would like to say can wait for the day after eternity. Anyway, my point is that even though the sword is too dull to slice with, it's certainly heavy enough to bludgeon someone to death with. Therefore...
Hold it!
About this samurai sword, have you received a report from forensics yet? They confirmed that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. Alright, but... have they confirmed that the outline of this wound is consistent with the weapon? Tell me something. Do you see the dead body right there in front of you? So, if they were conducting the autopsy right now, shouldn't that body not be here? Well, I suppose so. I guess they must still be investigating this room. Meaning that it's possible he doesn't know about that piece of evidence's true nature. Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Now let's continue.
Hold it!
Larry has already testified that he forgot the samurai sword here. Yeah, I was shaking hands with Ambassador in here, and I left it behind by accident. So what? You lied earlier, so who's to say that this excuse isn't just another lie? But I forget stuff all the time, right, Edgy? Tell him. Why'd you tell him yourself? You see, what did I tell you earlier? No one will buy such a pathetically weak excuse. Yes, well, I know that it's not possible to prove such an excuse as truth. And yet you offer it up as fact. You're a worse person than I originally thought. You're free to think what you like, however, I know that Larry is not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue with your argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough.
Hold it!
Just because he's the owner of the weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it? No, climbing all the way up to the chimney is plenty suspicious in my book as well. Yeah, I do agree.
Objection!
Regarding that, I have already drawn the truth out, and the truth is one thing I don't know. It doesn't matter if it's you or whoever, you prosecutors are all the same. And as for me, prosecutors are one thing I don't trust.
Objection!
An agent who doesn't trust prosecutors? What are you playing at? Sorry, sis. But there are only two things I trust, my subordinates and evidence at the crime scene. Agent Lang hates prosecutors. But as long as he trusts evidence that has been left at the crime scene, then there is something I can show him that he can believe in. It's simply not possible that the samurai sword is a real murder weapon. So I should focus on proving that point to Agent Lang first. It's hollow, yeah. The samurai sword is hollow. Can it press this again? I wonder. The true nature is that it's hollow, right? Is it right?
Objection!
Yes! Woo! Okay. Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? Heh, it's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down, spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. So, what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is a real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent? Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier, and as you can clearly see, the inside of the steel samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they have replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there's not even a dent in a samurai's sword. How do you explain that? Yeah! Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish I'd make them out of better stuff because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. The Steel Samurai's special move was changed tonight because of him? Youch! That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se, so all I can do for now is let the ships fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken, for no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place. What a foolishly foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of the prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damax 2 without bending it. So, what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need. Of course, what I need is evidence even he can't refute. What is it? It's time to bring it to a close. Ah, the last one! Okay. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone, and under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that a suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon? What the heck? You're an Interpol agent, for God's sake. How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy, there's no stone we have left unturned. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside the embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword. You left no stone unturned? Is that a fact? If you've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear to you. Okay.
Hold it!
May I inquire as to how are you able to make such a claim, Agent Lang? Langju says, capable of miracles beyond comprehension, a mysterious creature is man. Rather than man is Agent Lang's quotes that are getting increasingly incomprehensible. The human body is a mysterious thing, even with a toy-like sword. It's easy to kill a man if you hit just the right spot, which is why I think it's possible to kill with this thing without leaving a dent.
Hold it!
But we can only be sure one way or the other by seeing if the wound matches the sword. I know that. But as long as it's a possibility, I can proclaim it as much as I like.
Hold it!
But you must know that your conclusion is wrong. Given the circumstance I'm in, the only people I can trust are my subordinates. Because they're a much more trustworthy bunch than you prosecutors will ever be. And you call yourself a professional?
Not so fast!
You still don't see, do you, Mr. Prosecutor? You have to earn my trust. And the only way to do that is to show me the proof of another possible murder weapon. Another possible weapon? In this room, there's only one other thing left. Don't tell me it's a statue! This is going to be a gamble, but I can't withdraw from the game now. You're not going to get me to trust you by the power of your glare alone, you know. Plus, I have other reasons as to why I think the samurai sword is a murder weapon.
Hold it!
Yeah, because the only thing they can't touch is the statue. The only place where you could find blood on the samurai sword? That's right, even with Lumino. Which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Do I have a problem with Agent Lang's assertion the samurai sword is a weapon? I raise every objection that I can. If you believe that there is no other door possibilities left to open, then allow me to force one open for
Not
you.
so fast!
And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder
Not so
weapon.
fast!
Ha 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 ha! The real murder weapon, I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy, and they have concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course! Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their
Not so
investigation.
fast!
What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my
Hold
men.
it!
I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is a real murder weapon. Alright then, I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed the Max 2. What exactly is it? The real murder weapon which not a single person had yet to touch is this.
Take that!
The national treasure of Alabast. You mean the primitive statue? Yes, and as you know, only an ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct?
Not so fast!
Ha 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 ha! You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabast and Republic of Above. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue, But I'll be damned if I let some go
Hold
unexamined.
it!
Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction of the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. And there is only one conclusion it can draw from that. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words. He's most definitely trying to trick you. Shifu, please, let's be rational about this. Grr. Langju says, just go already! Yes, sir! That's funny. Shifu? Yeah? I'm really sorry, sir, but I wasn't able to convince the ambassador. I wasn't able to obtain permission for us to examine primitive statue. I see. Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go and speak with Ambassador personally. Save your breath. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess I've got to be tough. You've got to be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang? What do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. What? But Shifu! What about causing an international incident? Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later. Oh, he's so cool! Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine. So if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? If we're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'll be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then. Let's talk and more investigating. If you want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like to run a luminal chemiluminescence test on the statue. Wow, that is a very mouthful word. A luminal test? Ah, good thinking. If the statue is a murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay! Let's get the forensics team in here. Hey, it looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means that this is a real weapon that killed the mouse too. Indeed! But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill the mouse too, so the charge remains. We are hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lan. Knowing that this is a real weapon, I believe further examination is required. Huh, you think so? Okay then, knock yourselves out. Wow. Upon closer inspection, he really does look a lot like Steel Samurai. Hey, maybe that is why they chose him to be the Goodwill Ambassador? I actually can't discredit that hypothesis. Or maybe the people at this embassy just really, really like the Steel Samurai. That's absolutely preposterous. I don't think it's that unlikely. We mustn't go around denouncing people's opinions. And yet, look at how easily you discredited mine. Not that I care why they chose him. With his sword drawn and ready, there is a certain aura of valor around him. Langju says those who hold a sword hold an equally strong will. It's said that the weapon one holds reflects their strength and wills of one's character. I wonder if this was created as a show of the country's majesty. Ooh, then what does Francie's whip say about her character? It says that I'm ready to exact punishment on those who would break the law. Why are you glaring at me? I thought you understood I'm not a killer. I believe in your case, she wishes to exact punishment before anything else happens. Ooh. Yeah. And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint? Ah! What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we've got some fingerprints to analyze. Yeah. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry, but it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey, forensics guy! I want results on these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me? But whose hand would be that big? Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good. And? Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know, the victim of the murder in the Babylonis embassy. The prints belong to him, Mr. Manny Koshin, sir. But that's... What's going on around here? No, that's impossible. Each primitive statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Koshin's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Babal's primitive statue. Impossible, it can't be. Yeah! Larry never once set foot on Babali's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an Alabastine knife in Babal. And Dimas too was killed on Alabastian soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yatagarasu who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. Wow! Okay! We are going to finish this game right here and right now. I mean, we're gonna finish the stream right here and right now. So, thank you so much everybody for coming! Thank you so much, thank you. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was so much fun, and I just know that I will spend like two more streams for this. Well, this is just the start of the last EP anyway, so I think I'm gonna need like 2 or 3 more streams to finish this because, well, everybody knows that the last part of Ace Attorney is always the longest one. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for coming, and I will continue this next week. I'm very sorry that I can't do it tomorrow, and it's already been up on my schedule already, but I have this urgent important task that I have to attend to. So yeah, I'm very sorry, but I'll make sure that I will come see you on YouTube tomorrow. And tonight I'm gonna be streaming on YouTube at 10 p.m. GMT plus 7 as well. So please go catch me up on that if you would love to. If you speak English, don't fret. It's fine to speak English to me in the chat. I will definitely switch my language to speak to you. I usually speak Thai though, because you know, if you would be so nice to understand that my fan base is based on Thailand, so they speak Thai as a main language, but of course I can speak English. If you want to speak English to me, that would be okay. Very okay as well. If you would love to sub to me on YouTube as well, please go to Hoku CH, HOKUCH, and you'll see me there. Thank you so much everybody for coming. We'll continue this later. I just don't like it because it's too quiet. Okay, so we're gonna continue this later. Let's see. Wait. Okay, let's see who we're gonna be rating tonight. I mean today. What the heck? Let's see. Ooh, okay. There are a lot of people streaming. What the heck? I don't know what to do. Who to rate? Yeah, I'm gonna rate her. Her name is Mitri Melody, so please be nice to her too, okay? She's playing The Legend of Zelda. I'm sure she has a very good taste as well. So yeah, Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I love you. I will see you later. Okay, bye-bye. Kirayoko, over and out.